Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. First and foremost, who out there is still having an absolute blast playing the Reckoning? Because I know I am. I'm loving this map. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the caster traps around the map, and we're going to be upgrading them to their 4.0 variant, and have not upgraded any of these traps here on the game yet. I just mostly have ignored them, but today we're going to go ahead, we're going to upgrade it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And we're going to see just what these traps are capable of, but also these trash cans. Are you getting legendary tools and epic tools out of these bad boys? Because I'm not. I watch these speedrunners, they're doing it all of the time. All of the time they're getting these epic tools and legendary tools, and I'm just over here getting a whole lot of nothing. Now, the very first step in order to do these traps is we are going to have to turn on power. So that is what we are going to do. And there we go. We got power activated. So we are now able to activate those caster traps. First, I want to go ahead and grab this painting over here in the corner. And then lucky me, I have a double points activated right now. So when I place this painting on the wall, I'm actually going to get 1,000 points out of this painting. So I will definitely take that. And you'll see I already delivered one of these. You can actually pick one up on your way through here when you pass Android assembly, and you can just do this and add this. So I made that video of having the awesome start to this. Well, that didn't include this painting Easter egg, which is also a great way to start. You can pick up the first painting from Android assembly on your way here, and you can get that put up there. I'll have a guide up here. Once the Ether Blade comes out, I'll have a nice easy guide that you can follow to unlock the Ether Blade, and this is all part of the Ether Blade Easter egg, if I can say that properly. But this is what we came for. So when we come over into the Dark Entity Containment area, there are two caster traps. There is one on each side over here. Right now, they're the caster trap 1.0. They're going to cost you 500 points to activate. I'm going to go ahead and activate that one. Can I activate two at one time? I can. So I can activate both of those traps. So those are both active. Now, we do need to basically use this up. We have to fill up the memory of these things. Screenshots right here. This is for screenshots. And then we also have some traps down here in the mutant computing core. So let me go ahead, and we have one right here, and then there's one right over here as well. Now, I do believe that all I have to do is activate 5 of these traps. I don't believe that it has to do anything with the number of kills that you can get. It does seem to just be 5 activations. Now, you will notice on this first one, if you go through any of these purple orbs, it can damage you. So that is definitely something you want to keep in mind. Those little purple things there on the ground, when it's the 1.0 version, they can do damage to you. So keep that in mind. But once we upgrade this, they won't be able to do any more damage. And then, of course, once you use them, they are going to go on a bit of a cooldown, which is fine. So that is a total of 4 traps we have activated so far. Then we're going to go ahead and activate a 5th trap. And I do believe that at the conclusion of this trap, that should be all that we need. That should get it to where it is then memory full, and we can go ahead and go forward with the upgrade. And I'll go ahead and play that voiceover for you so that you can hear it.
Error. Memory full. Upgrade capacity to continue learning.
But we got that error. So now we need to kill some zombies right around here. And one of these zombies is going to drop us a USB. And there we go. It's not a USB. It's a hard drive. So once we get that hard drive, we're going to go ahead and pick that up. Now we are going to need Melee Macchiato. Now, since I am already in the quantum computing core, well, there is a Melee Macchiato machine a little bit here because there are a couple other perks that I want to get here first. So let me go ahead, do a couple other things in game, and then I will be back. Now that I got my PhD in my double tap, I just need a few more points here. So I'm going to turn another round or so until I have enough to buy my Melee Macchiato. And that is the first time I've seen the geneticist follow me out of the other part there. I've never seen it not be, what is that, the mutant research facility? I think it's mutant research. I've never seen it follow me out of there before. So that is a first. I am going to do this Mr. Peaks Easter egg, and you can bet your bottom dollar that any other time I would get Melee Macchiato because I don't want it. But since I want it this time, I'll probably get a perk that I usually want. And I got some Deadshot. Honestly, not terrible. I'll take it. Now that I have everything that I need and I have just one zombie left alive, Actually, I guess I don't have everything that I need. I still need to purchase my melee macchiato, but we're going to purchase that as soon as we get up here. But now that we have basically everything we need, there's the melee macchiato. Beautiful. We're going to come over here, the same machine that you use to do the brain step for the main quest. We're going to go ahead and open that up. You're going to come up and you're just going to interact with this and insert your hard drive. And I already messed that up. I let these guys get too close. I think we already failed it. I'm going to be honest. I think we already failed it. This is kind of a long lockdown, but I might be able to use my ether shrouds to get out of this. The goal here is to lead the zombie away and then come here and body block the zombie, because they won't hit you. They'll just be trying to hit the machines. You want to body block them off to the side, but we can try that on a different one of these. For now, I screwed it up and we turned around, so I'm going to have to do what I can. I'm going to hope that the ether shroud is enough and my gunpowder is enough to keep these guys away. And it seems like they're ignoring my ether shroud. Beautiful. Oh, we got it. We got it. System online. Beautiful. So there we go. Now we got a caster trap 2.0. Now, the cool thing about this one, when we do go ahead and activate it, it is going to cost a little bit more money this time. We're up to $850. However, now these things will not damage us when we stand in there. So that is super cool. Now, in order to do this again, we need to upgrade. We need to activate this trap 10 times. Yes, 10 times between the 4 traps on the map. You need to activate them 10 times. That's a lot, yes, but that's what we're going to do. So there's 2 activations right there. And obviously you can see it completely took out that entire round's worth of zombies. Now you will notice a little something different here with my slide. I don't have Tribologist on. I put on the augment for the PhD that gives you the immunity to environmental damage while sliding. And that is because of the Uber Klauses here and the Uber cores, all those things that are shooting those little electric orbs. So if I slide through those, then I'm not going to take any damage from those. So I wanted to play around with that a little bit this map as well. So once we get our first kind of Uber Klaus and go through and do some of that, then we can try that out with our PhD. But I'm going to save these next 2 activations for round 16, because we are going to get an Uber Klaus on round 16. And I want to show you just how awesome these traps can be. And then, of course, keep in mind, this is only the 2.0 variation. It goes all the way to a Caster 4.0. All right, here we go. I hear our Uber Klaus. I'm going to go ahead and activate that one. I'm actually going to activate them both. So that should be, that's 4 activations. But look how much damage it is doing to that Uber Klaus. Let's go. I'm just going to let the traps do all the work, and they'll focus in on that Uber Klaus also. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go. And the more we upgrade this, the more damage it's going to do and the longer it's going to last. And there we go. It took out that Uber Klaus for us. We just have to deal with what is left of the Uber core. And that is it. That Uber Klaus is gone. All right, I need to head back to spawn and get myself my double pack-a-punch crystal from the sharpshooter Easter egg. On the way down, I'm going to activate the traps 2 more times. That'll be a total of 6 activations. I'm going to activate these 2 traps, then I'm just going to go head on downstairs. And if I get out of here before my zombie spawns in, then it won't kill them. But there we go. That is 4 activations, and we need... That is 6 activations. We need a total of 10. And there we go. There's our double pack-a-punch crystal, absolutely free, because we need all of that money for our caster traps. And for an extra 500 points, we can take back this last painting. I will say it does feel super awkward to not have the Tribologist and be able to have that extra speed and everything that you get from that and the super fast sliding. That is a little bit on the awkward side, but there we go. That'll complete all 3 of those paintings. And again, this is all part of the Ether Blade, which is actually coming out tomorrow at the time of me recording this. By the time you see this video, the Ether Blade is already out, and you probably already know how to do it. But I will have a guide, and I will be playing around with it once it happens. I'm going to be at work the next couple of days after this, so I'm kind of making this video a little bit in advance. And then we should have 2 more activations ready here, which will be activations 7 and 8. And activation number 9 and activation number 10. So that should be the last one. So once that one finishes, then we should get another memory full error and then another zombie to drop another hard drive. And then we go, error memory full, and we need to upgrade capacity. And there is our hard drive. Beautiful. So the very first zombie spawned in there with that hard drive. So awesome. But I am going to have to play around this round just a little bit and get down to 1 or 2 zombies and try to do it the right way this time. And we're down to 1 zombie. I'm going to find my machine, which is right here. Now we need to lure the zombie away. And I think the best way to do that is probably just with my ether shroud. Yep, that'll get him away. I can go ahead and insert the hard drive there. And then the goal here is to just body block him. It's not working. It's not working. No, it's not working. Maybe I was too far from the machine. I don't know. I see other people, they just block them and the zombies swipe him, but it doesn't actually damage them. So I'm not really sure how that works, but all right, I guess we're going to have to do it the hard way yet again. In round 19, sometimes it spawns in an Uber Klaus, and if it does, we could be in trouble. And I think we're good. I think we got it. And there we go. Caster Trap 3.0 now available. And I believe this time we have to do it. It's either 15 or 20. It might actually be 20 activations in order to go to the 4.0. Let's go ahead and activate number 1. It is now 1,200 points. And it's going to last even longer than it did before. It's going to do even more damage than it did before. Look at this thing just take out zombies. That is so cool. That is so cool. Just completely annihilated that entire round's worth of zombies. But I'm going to go ahead and activate this one so that way I'm counting in nice even numbers. So that is 2 activations. And I think we should also spend 4,000 points and maybe go to a 2-plate vest. We are getting to round 20 now at this point. And it's going to cost us another 2,400 points, but we can get activations number 3 and activation number 4 ready to go here with both of these traps. And I don't think we're going to have to fight any of these zombies ourselves. Now, these don't count for kills for us. Do they get us points, though? They do, but only 10 points. Yeah, so that's kind of the problem. An issue. Just a minor problem. If all you're using is the traps, these are going to be much more handy in later rounds than they are in these early rounds. But I think we can get away with that by just activating and then running away and fighting our zombies somewhere else so we can get them upgraded to their full potential without actually costing us all those points. Because you can see we're not getting any points back whatsoever. There's activations number 5 and 6 and number 7. And then we'll do number 8 right over here. There we go. Get it. And then I'm just going to take my zombies elsewhere so I can get some of this essence back. Then activations 9 and 10 right here. I'm going to grab some vultures aid so I can get some ammo returns back here. So hopefully I don't have to spend as much essence on ammo right now. And I did upgrade to a 3-plate vest as well. And I have enough money for 4 more activations. This is going to be activations 11, 12. And then we're going to head on down to quantum computing and we'll do numbers 13 and 14. I'm actually 5 essence short of being able to do number 14. Where's that melee macchiato machine? I can go prone underneath it. If I can find it. Where is it? Melee macchiato, where are you? There you are. I ran by you twice. There we go. Let's get out of here. There's number 14. Beautiful. And like I said, it's either 15 activations or 20 activations. I don't fully remember. So I'm going to go ahead and activate 1 more, which is going to be number 15. And then we'll see when this one ends, if that actually ends it and it becomes memory full, or if we actually have to go 5 more activations. But it's going to be one or the other. And there we go. Error memory full. Beautiful. So we can go ahead and we should get another zombie spawn right about here. And that should be him right there. Beautiful. There is our hard drive. We have 1 more upgrade to go. All right. Once we make it back to the quantum computing core here, we have a vermin alive. And I think what I want to do is just leave the vermin. I'm kind of hoping if I leave him alive, he won't attack the machine. That is my goal here. So let's go ahead and insert that final hard drive and let's see if he attacks it. Nope. He's going to focus on me, which is perfect because then I don't have to worry about the round turning whatsoever. So if you can save a parasite or a vermin, then that'll just make this step just super simple because they're not going to attack the machine. They're just going to attack you. So we just kind of wait the 30 seconds or whatever it is that this lockdown is, 30, 45 seconds, somewhere right around in that range. And there we go. We have the fully upgraded caster trap now. Now, one of the coolest things about the fully upgraded trap is it can now actually brain rot zombies. And if you got the right augments on your brain rot, I always run pheromone and explosive all of the time with my brain rot. It turns them into little miniature monkey bombs, so to speak. And that is what I always run. Now you can see it's 1550 now to activate this. However, again, you're going to have this increased power, the increased range, and now the brain rot. At least I think this could be increased. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was increased power. I think it increased the power, and then this increased the explosion, and then this gives the brain rot. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. We're not going to activate it this round because these are commando Klauses. We can take care of those on our own. So just to recap, in order to do this, it is 5 activations for the first one, 10 activations for the second upgrade, and 15 activations for the third and final upgrade. Now those are in addition. So the first one is 5, then you got to get 10 more, then you got to get 15 more. So it's a total of 30 activations. But we got an Uber Klaus here, and we have our top level caster trap. I'm going to activate both sides of this, and we're going to see just how well this deals with all of the zombies, deals with the brain rot. Look at that. They're like little monkey bombs. Oh my God. Look at all the brain rotted zombies. Let's go. Come on, caster trap. Get that guy. Get that guy. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. They're focusing in on it. Let's go. Come on. Focus in on this guy. Focus in on this guy. Come over here. Come over here. It's lasting so long too. It's still firing away. Let's go. Let's go. And it was enough to kill the Uber Klaus. And again, we just have the Uber core to deal with. Absolutely freaking beautiful. And that dealt with almost my entire round's worth of zombies. But again, you're not going to get a lot of points for this, so you're not going to want to use the trap all of the time. But as you get to higher and higher and higher rounds, these traps can really help you out and help you to go long rounds. You see how much damage they're able to do to the Uber Klauses, which is awesome. The brain rot feature is beautiful. And if you got the right augments on there, the pheromone and the extension, that is exactly what you need. Let's go to melee macchiato this bad boy. Can I do it? There we go. Anything? Nothing really good. Some bags of chips. But one could argue that the 2 traps inside the quantum computing area here are actually going to be far more effective than the other ones. And let's go ahead and activate them and find out. And the reason I say this is because this is such a smaller area. There is way less area here, and everything is just much more condensed. The zombies are more condensed together. Look at this. Look at this thing go. Look at this thing go. This is amazing. I'm absolutely in love with this. There's another brain rotted zombie there. He's going to attract zombies to him, which are going to be like right here. He's going to explode, do all of the things. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go. And again, took care of the entire round with both of those, but also not getting the money back. But once you get into the later, the higher rounds, the money, the essence isn't going to be all that big of a deal for you. So you can definitely afford to waste some of the essence and be just fine. These traps just turn out to be such a great help when you are on the Uber Klaus rounds like this. And again, having that augment on my PhD where I can slide through these various things and not actually get any damage from that is very helpful as well. This is just such a great support. This was only activating one of these traps right here, and it's done an amazing job of just really helping me deal with that Uber Klaus and that entire situation. And then sometimes you get this Sam trial, which is use the caster turret to get all these kills. And when you got this thing upgraded, man, it's a guaranteed legendary tool. 100%. Got some free vultures aid out of that. I think the only thing I'm missing is some elemental pop. And there we go. We got another Uber Klaus. It's round 36. I'm going to activate both traps here, and I'm just going to let this absolutely go to town and do some ripping and tearing, baby. Get that Uber Klaus. Oh my God. Look at these things go. Look at these things go. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I'm in love with them. I'm in love. We got double Uber Klauses. Double Uber Klauses, no way. We can put a little bit of damage into them ourselves if we want to. I don't really have any ammo left, which is kind of a problem. But it did get rid of one Uber Klaus entirely, which is very helpful. And then left us with, what, about 20% of an Uber Klaus? So super easy for us to get rid of that. And if you haven't tried out the augment for PhD that lets you not take environmental damage, I would say give it a shot. You are sacrificing that super great movement whenever you're doing it, but honestly, I've been kind of enjoying it. But I'm going to go ahead and buy both of these traps again here, right at the beginning of round 37. And I'm just going to let these things absolutely kick some ass for me because my playtime has pretty much come to an end. But these traps have absolutely destroyed a lot of this round. Maybe half of it. Maybe half of this round these traps have absolutely destroyed. But you could use just one trap at a time. If you wanted to use just one trap at a time, you can make your way between here and the quantum computing core. That was way more than half of the round. That was a good chunk of the round. Probably 90% of that entire round 37 was taken out completely by the traps. But you're definitely sleeping on these things. They're definitely worth upgrading 100%. If you're playing a game, especially if you're playing a little bit longer, plan to go to high rounds, maybe you want to try the round 100 boss fight. These are going to be great tools for you going into some of the higher rounds. But that's really all the time I have dedicated to playing today. If you want to see an absolutely crucial augment that you need to be using for the Richthofen boss fight, go ahead and check out this video here. My name is Cole Whip, and I'm out.